Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is our cat Ron. Hey, I just want to share my experience with you of what I'm going to do. Headlight restoration kit. Let me show you my headlights. As you can see, they are hazy, especially up in this area here, down here. As you can see, the right one now, it's hazy. And what I'm going to try to do is get the oxidation off with this turtle wax product. You get lens sealing in a package, a wipe type thing. You get pads. What this is for is if your first step doesn't work, which is your clarifying compound, you wipe that on. If it's not that bad, also you're going to need to do the polishing. Nice soft detailing cloths. This is the nice plush towelette type thing. A couple bucks at Walmart for two big size towelettes. And I'm going to use that to buff out my lens. Alright, so I'm going to get started here. Alright, the first step what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to clean your lens with soap and water, let it dry. We also recommend taping around your vehicle on your paint in case you got a sand. The compound, which is a lens clarifying compound. So this is step one. I have my new soft cotton type cloth. I'm going to apply the compound and rub it in on the lens, one lens at a time, because it'll dry and you'll screw up the whole process. So one lens at a time. I'm starting with the right one just because that's what I'm starting with. I'm going to rub it in and give it a little shake. I'm going to put the lens compound on the cloth. As you can see, use as much as you need, and go ahead and rub it in. And you work it as you're buffing it, just like you're buffing the vehicle. So you work it into the plastic in circular motions. And you just keep rubbing it. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more. You get plenty of it. And it's a very fine grit type compound. Basically what it's doing is taking a layer of plastic off, of oxidized. As you can see, it did help quite a bit, but there is still plenty of oxidized plastic in here that I'm going to have to go and do the other steps. That's going to basically be the sanding process. And I'm going to go ahead and start that process now because I'm not satisfied with the outcome so far. Very rarely that this will work, depending on your lens. If it's just very lightly hazed, this will probably buff it out. But if not, you actually got to sand off some of the plastic. And that's what that kit has, the sanding pads. And I'm going to go ahead and start that process now. Okay, we're going to let it a little bit more. And I'm going to start with pad number one. You view it in one direction, and then when you use pad two, you go in the opposite direction. So I'm going to go in this direction, firm pressure, and you just work it, sand it. You can see it taking off some of the plastic by the color of the lubricant turning white. So you want to do it. It's not a big job to do. It's very simple to do. Just hopefully it works as described on the box. Alright, so that is process between pads, opposite directions. So I'm going to go ahead and put that pad down, spray it a little bit more. Pad 3, 4. So I did this that way, and I'm going to start by going the other way. use as much lubricant as you think you need. You'll notice if you're not using enough lubricant, the pad will stick to the headlight. And you know you need to shoot a little more lubricant on there. It's just a water-based lubricant. Like right now it's getting a little hard at the sand on the side there. Now I'm actually going to switch the pad over and use number 4 and go in the opposite direction. Compound that you started with. You can see how cloudy it is right now. Lens clarifying compound that you started with earlier. We're going to put this on the cloth and go ahead and apply it, just like we did in the beginning. Buffalo. There. As you can see, it's a pretty big difference actually of the lens clarity. Difficult to kind of see in the camera, but it definitely made a big difference. And basically what you want to do is you want to use the pad that it comes with to seal it. But before I do that, I want to go to my other lens and do that. And I'm not going to show you that because the video will be way too long. I'm going to get it done and then apply it. I'll show you when I'm applying it through the pad. I'll be back. Alright, I just did the other lens. And it came out basically the same thing as this one did. I'm going to go ahead and apply this, what it is, a sealing wipe. It takes about 24 hours to cure. What you want to do is apply it with the back and forth motion. You go ahead and apply it to your plastic lens, and basically what it does is seals in all the treatment that you just gave your lens. You could use a little more wetness on this sealer cloth. See there, you can see the difference now. It's much clearer than it was. The sealer definitely is the last step that's necessary. That fills in all the little scratches that the sanding process creates, but you can definitely see a difference. A clear brand new one is pristine. This is close to being pristine, but it's definitely not 100%. I'd say you get about 90% of your restoration back by doing this of your foggy, yellowed, or oxidized lens. Mine wasn't yellowed at all, it was just oxidized, as you saw. But that's the process right there, and hope you enjoy it. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you.